Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Tuesday, September 19, 2023. This is my daily vlog where each morning I come in here and turn on the lights and turn on the camera and talk to you about the process, the progress, the highs and the lows of trying to make content creation a full-time sustainable career, since I lost my job some months ago. So, it's a new day. It's a turning of a page. I've spent the last almost 2 months now, in one way or the other, embroiled with this little joystick in my hand. It's the most involved I've ever been in a third-party product release, working closely with My Arcade, providing some testing for them and things like that, leading up to the release here. And look, yesterday, the video that I spent over a week producing finally dropped. And let's put that down over there. And anyone who was chatting with me yesterday can attest that I had a lot of anxiety yesterday. I didn't, and it's not that it's because I put so much effort and time into the release of, this product and this video for the advancement of our YouTube and social presence. And it was kind of hard to explain in text when I was talking to people, but it's not like, oh no, I hope my video does okay. Of course I do, but it's larger than that. I've invested so much time and energy in this video, in this product release, that if it didn't do well, that will have felt like time wasted. Well, now that the video is out, it was not time wasted. I was certainly concerned things wouldn't go well. But let me share with you the little story leading up to yesterday. So that video was waiting on premiere, meaning people could see it was there. They knew it was going to release at 5 o'clock yesterday. In the morning, there were already like 5 people, says waiting, like they're sitting waiting, just looking at a blank screen. 5 o'clock is when it's going to happen, right? It's like 8 hours ahead of time. I'm like, okay, it's people clicking and clicking away. Throughout the day, as my anxiety rose and I'm waiting for 5 o'clock to get here, I was watching, and right before the video started playing, which was going to start exactly at 5 p.m., there were 90 people sitting looking at a blank screen waiting to see my review. And so in a premiere, it's basically a pre-recorded live stream. It's happening live. You could chat in real time with everybody that's watching. And the numbers kept growing, the comments kept flowing. At one time, I think there were almost 350 people concurrently watching the premiere of that review. That was just to get started. So overnight, which has now been, 12, not even a day, like 15, 16 hours, overnight, that review now is up to over 12,000 views overnight, and still growing. It's at a rate of 500 or 600 views per hour as I talk about this right now, which means that in a few hours it'll be several more thousand. So if it stays on that pace, so that review, 36-minute review, has done very well. So pleased that it did well. What do I do next is what I'll talk about in a second. Right after that video dropped, we did this new thing, which I talked about, which will drop everybody into a live stream. I guess I didn't drop them in. There's a button to click to go straight to it. Many people did come over. So as that video ended, I started the live stream about 5 minutes before the video ended, and we had me, George, and Mo were all together in a chat room in Discord. I was on camera, had the GameStation Pro running. For nearly 3 hours, we sat in a live stream, answering questions, running through games, seeing what things look like, talking about the controller, talking about the future, things like that. And for a long time, so with live streams, I can show you that it usually was around 135 people in the live stream with us. Look, most of my live streams have been like 20 people, so this is phenomenal, which is why we were on for nearly 3 hours. Mo had to drop off about halfway through. George stuck it out with me all the way to the bitter end, and even as we were leaving, they weren't dwindling. We were still at 130 or some odd people in the audience. We got a lot of contributions, lots of thanks, lots of kind words, a lot of people asking, when are you going live again? Which we can find something to go live with, right? It was an anxious day culminating in a celebratory evening. I was busy until nearly 10 o'clock answering comments, and finally I faded, fell asleep in my chair, just trying to manage, posting on social and doing stuff all late into the evening. It was a hell of a day, and look, this video is not the rocket ship that we can just hang on to the moon. This is a stepping stone. It's only about 3 times the volume of a typical video. So far, it's still growing well beyond the pace of a typical video, and I think it has potential to have long legs. Yeah, it ended up great. So that was yesterday. So enough, enjoying the past. Let's talk about statistics. So what happened with stats? Well, views are crazy up yesterday. That's a no-brainer. We crossed another milestone, so we're now at 37,200 and something. So that's another 100, and we're close to 100 and under. I want to say it's like under 50 to get to the next 100 or so. So maybe we'll hit that today or tomorrow as well. So obviously those big releases yesterday helped the stats as you would expect them to. As if they didn't, we would be stunned. What about today? Well, business continues. Today is podcast editing day. Every Tuesday over on Twitch, I take the recordings that we do on Fridays and I massage them into a real show that we release on Thursday. I do that live on Twitch because it helps me be productive, and there's a handful of people that enjoy seeing that process, and there's another subset of people that enjoy just hanging out and just chatting in the chat room, which we do throughout the couple hours that I edit. So, if you would like to join us, you can head over to twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp. It's 10 a.m. Eastern every Tuesday, and that's what we'll be doing over there. Now, I say this every Tuesday without fail. If you have Amazon Prime and you're a subscriber there, and you don't frequent Twitch or use Twitch much, you may or may not know that you have a free monthly $5 subscription token for Twitch that if you don't use, evaporates. You don't get it back. It's not a credit. It doesn't go anywhere. You can't bank it. And if you would be so kind as to consider giving it to us, you would be giving it to someone that needs it, and it doesn't cost you a thing. You're not lining the pockets of Amazon, you're using one of your benefits. And to do it, all you have to do is, again, go over to twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp, click on that little subscribe button, and make sure that your Twitch account is connected to Amazon, and when you do, it'll say use Prime Sub, and that's it. We get a $5 contribution from Amazon, and you get a warm feeling in your belly that you did something nice for somebody. That's it. And if you've already done that, I say it every week to remind you to renew if it's time to renew. We're doing more and more on Twitch over there, so that platform is growing a little bit. So hopefully you could do that, and more hopefully you can join us or pop in the chat and say hello. Okay, I've already talked a lot, and I don't have any answers for my next question I'm going to ask myself, which is what to do next. I said yesterday that the performance of the videos yesterday would impact where I'm going to go next. Like if that didn't perform like I'd hoped, I'm not going to do follow-ups to that video or anything like that. I got to focus on other stuff. Well, it did well. I have a backlog of other stuff I need to do, but I also have a couple follow-up videos that I could easily do for the GameStation Pro. So throughout the day, editing today and this afternoon, I will decide which of the many things I should do. I think a couple of follow-ups can be very brief, so it might behoove me to take one of those or two of those over this week to kind of tackle. I also have a stack of more of those handheld arcade toys to review. I also have that Ikari Warrior stick that came in yesterday. It looks awfully cool. I have new wave toy stuff. I have a pile of stuff to do. It's just picking which thing to best capitalize on, and probably I think. In my heart, I know the very next thing I need to do is something following up the GameStation Pro while this traffic is flowing. So I'll decide what to do and work on that later today. It's a good problem to have, as I said yesterday, but I also, it's a responsibility too, because if I pick the wrong thing, it's a squandered opportunity. So I got to make sure that I capitalize on the opportunity that has been presented through the work that we've done leading up to this point, which is true throughout life. How to best maximize the opportunity that is presented to you based on what you've done thus far. It's apply that to anything in life. It's exactly what you're doing every single day, and it's what I'm doing related to these silly videos on the internet today. Thank you for being here to check out today's vlog. If you were part of the shenanigans yesterday, thank you for your enthusiasm and your encouragement and your support and your constant just presence that is part of the bedrock of what keeps me going. If you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's a lot to take in and it's a lot to work on. So maybe I'll see you over in Twitch. Have a fantastic, whatever day, Tuesday, I forget the days. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Please do something good for yourself if you can. And I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.